Anyone else who hasn't yet spoken? Doctor.
Thank you, George. James Thring, Ministry of Peace. I'm confused about the situation, but I resort to what I regard as the main power in the Middle East to explain what's happening. This crisis arose about 2 minutes after Mr. Trump left speaking to the Gulf Cooperation Council in Saudi Arabia. And one suspects that since he's advised by Mr. Jared Kushner as his principal foreign policy advisor about the Middle East, and who is, of course, as we know, wholly devoted to the Israeli state, that some kind of advice has been given to the Saudis to say, you've got to rein in the Qataris because they're sponsoring terrorism, turning a blind eye, of course, as you said, to the Saudi terrorism. Now, why does that make sense? Because I would suspect the Israelis are going to be discovered as being behind all these terrorist activities. It's not the Saudis against the Muslim Brotherhood and so on, or even against Iran, I don't believe. The chief beneficiary of all this, if you think through it, is Israel. They like to see, and they've said it in their plan that I mentioned many times before, they like to see their enemies fighting each other. And this is a good example of two powerful enemies in terms of money and gas supplies and so on, fighting each other, first of all, and then, of course, ramping up the fight between the Islamists on the Sunni side and the ones on the other side of the Gulf. Well, I don't see that, George, if I may come back on you. Until the Zionist occupation of Palestine, there was very little fighting between the Arab countries. Iran hasn't attacked any country